Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter number sequences. The lessons we're going to cover today are number sequences, word problems, evaluate variable expressions for number sequences, write variable expressions for arithmetic sequences. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I'm on the chapter number sequences. Let's just start with the lesson that is number sequences word problems. What is the missing number in the pattern? We have to find a pattern in the given sequence and then we need to find a missing number. One is the missing number 64, 125, 216, and 343. That is n cube, that equals 3 cube, that is 27. That is 1, 8, 3 cube is 27. The correct option is 27. Let's just start with the test questions. Jane has a garden and likes to put flowers from her garden into pretty vases. Jane put 24 flowers in the first vase, 28 flowers in the second vase, and 32 flowers in the third vase, 36 flowers in the fourth vase, and 40 flowers in the fifth vase. If his pattern continues, how many flowers will Jane put in the sixth vase? That is 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. So that means in the sixth vase there are 44 flowers. The pattern is by 4. 24 plus 4 is 28. 28 plus 4 is 32. 32 plus 4 is 36. 40, so the next one is 44. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 44 flowers. A new cookbook is becoming popular. The local bookstore ordered one copy in May, two copies in June, four copies in July, and eight copies in August. If the pattern continues, how many copies will the bookstore order in September? 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 16, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. So the next one is that is 16 copies. Option number 2 is the correct option. Jonathan is putting stickers on a sticker book. He put one sticker on first page, two stickers on second page, four stickers on third page, and eight stickers on the fourth page. How many stickers will Jonathan put in fifth page? That is 16 stickers. The next option is 16. Option number 2 is the correct option. Lara's bakery is getting more and more orders for blueberry pies. The bakers made 54 blackberry pies in June, 3 blackberry pies in July, 72 black pies in August, 81 in September, 19 in October. If the pattern continues, how many blackberry pies will the bakery make in November? So, which is the correct option? Or 99 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Let me just move on to next lesson. Evaluate variable expressions for number sequences. Find the first three terms in the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. Start with n equals 1. 3 exponent n. N equals 1. So that is 3 times 3 is 9. 3 square 9 times 3 is 27 and 3 cube that is 81. So they are 9, 27 and 81. Let's just start with the test questions. Find the first four terms of the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1, negative 6, n plus 7. Start with n equals 1, negative 6 times 1 plus 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. Negative 6 times 2 plus 7. Negative 12 plus 7 equals negative 5. Negative 6 times 3 plus 7. That is negative 18 plus 7, so negative 11. Then negative 6 times 4 plus 7. Negative 24, 7. Negative 17. Option number 1 is the correct option. 1, negative 5, negative 11, and negative 17. Option number 1 is the correct option. Find the first four terms in a sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1. 3, 4 exponent n. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 12. 16 times 3, 16 times 3 is 48. That is 3, 4 cubed. 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 3 is 48. So 3 times 48 is 192. And 64 times 3 is 192. $256 times 3 is 768. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 12, 48, 192, and 768. Option number 1 is the correct option. Find the first four terms of a sequence defined below. Where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1, negative 2, n plus 1, negative 2 times 1 plus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 2n plus 5, negative 2 times 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 times 3 plus 5, negative 1. So that is 3, 1, negative 1, and negative 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Number 2 is the correct option. Find the first 5 terms of a sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. 3 exponent n, so which is the correct option? That is 3 exponent n. 3 exponent 1, start with n equals 1. That is 3 exponent 2, then 3 exponent 3, and 3 exponent 4. So the correct option is 3 exponent 1 is 3, 3 exponent 2 is option number 2 is the correct option. There are 3, 9, 27, 81, and 243. Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the first four terms in the sequence defined below. The n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. That is 2, 4 exponent n. So 2, 4 exponent 1, 2, 4 exponent 2, 2, 4 exponent 3, and 2, 4 exponent 4. 4 times 2 is 8, 16 times 2 is 32, 64 times 2 is 128, that is 512. Option number 2 is the correct option. 8, 32, 128, and 512. Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the first four terms of the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of the term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Find the first three terms. Grade 8 math it is. How why grade 4? How grade 4? It's Tuesday at 8 we have paid 8 months. 4 to exponent n. So start with an exponent 1. So that is 4 multiplied by 2 exponent 1. Then 4 multiplied by 2 exponent 2. 4 multiplied by 2 exponent 3. So 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. 8 times 4 is 32. So the correct option is 8, 16, and 32. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 8, 16, and 32. Find the first three terms of the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. N equals 1. Just replace the n with 1. 3 times 1 is 3 minus 4. 3 times 2 minus 4. And 3 times 3 minus 4. So that is 3 minus 4, 6 minus 4, 9 minus 4. So which is the correct option? That is negative 1, 2, and 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. 1, 2, and 5. Negative 1, 2, 5. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. Write variable expressions for arithmetic sequences. Let's just start with the test questions. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use and to represent the position of term in the sequence. So which is the correct option? We have to find the expression. The sequence is 83, 84, 85, and 86. 1 plus 82, 2 plus 82, 3 plus 82, and 4 plus 82. Option number 1 is the correct option. You can just check if that just to make sure that is n plus 82 because you have to start with 1. So that is 1 plus 82, then 2 plus 82, then 3 plus 82, and then 4 plus 82. So that is 83, 84, 85, and 86. So option number 1 is the correct option. That is n plus 82. Option number 1 is the correct option, n plus 82 it is. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in a sequence, where n equals 1 for the first term. N equals 1. Option number 1 is the correct option because they all have negative sign. So negative 84 n is the correct option. Option 1 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option because the first term is 11 and n equals 1. So 10 plus 1 makes 11, then 11, then 10 plus 2 makes 12, 10 plus 3 makes 13. So option number 2 is the correct option. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent subposition of a term in the sequence, where n equals 1 for the first time. So which is the correct option? That is 8, 16, 24, and 32. So option number 1 is the correct option. That is 8m. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first term. So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option. That is n plus 33. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first term. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 3n. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write an expression to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first time. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is n minus 2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself particularly. So we were working on grade 8 math. The chapter we were working on is number sequences. The lessons we have covered today are number sequences, word problems, evaluate variable expressions for number sequences, write variable expressions for arithmetic sequences. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Okay, then that's